Hello, my name is Emily Chilotra. I'm a student fellow with the Fresno State Transportation Institute, and I'm here at the 2025 Summit, joined by
Councilmember Lynne Ashbeck, City of Clovis.
Nice to have you, Councilmember Ashbeck. If I can ask you a little bit about your job and what you do.
Well, I have been privileged to serve on the Clovis City Council since 2001, and in my 7 terms, I've spent a number of years on the Fresno County Transportation Authority. So city councils are policy-making boards. We guide planning, public safety, and transportation's really just become a love of mine over the last decade or so. So I'm happy to be here today at the summit.
Well, it's great to have you. And kind of zoning in on that Transportation Institute or transportation interest, what got you involved into it? What was the initial sparking moment?
I had the pleasure of serving for many years on the council with Harry Armstrong, kind of a legend in transportation. And when Harry retired, I was able to fill his seat on the Transportation Authority. And for me, what I always say is transportation is about people. Transportation is about moving people from where they are to where they need to be. It's about roads. We spend a lot of time talking about roads and potholes, but at the end of the day, it's about humans and goods. So for me, it's just a natural fit of how we build community and how we get people to jobs, to education, to healthcare, to the justice system. And that's really why we invest in transportation. So it's a privilege to be part of that.
No, and that's definitely a fact. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. I come from a Kalinga, part of Fresno County, so definitely see the vans that take me to Fresno to Kalinga all the time.
Yeah, of course. Adding on to the Kalinga story, one of my early stories was from Moses Stites from Rural Transit, who talked about how long it takes to get from Kalinga to downtown Fresno to go to a healthcare appointment at a local hospital.
4 hours.
4 hours, 3 hours and 17 minutes and 12 stops. And there isn't anyone that would choose that, but if that's all you have, and I think we have an obligation to help people get to where they need to go. But Kalinga is actually my best story about why our system just continually needs people to pay attention to it.
100%. It's a great thing that you're investing in rural towns, rural areas, especially when kind of going on to Measure C, it's you don't see many of those federal dollars reaching those small areas. And if I can get your opinion, I know you're an advocate for Measure C, and if I can just get your opinion on the upcoming 2027 re-election, what's going to happen if Measure C is not renewed?
Well, I was part of the unsuccessful attempt a couple of years ago. Measure C, 2 things. It provides a really important revenue stream to the county. It gives us a chance to match federal dollars as they are available. But fundamentally, it says that we as a collective county can do something together. And to me, it's really more, that symbolism of Measure C isn't as important as the money, but maybe. And if we can't come together around roads and safe travel and getting kids to school without getting hit by a car, I don't know what we can come together around. So I am passionate about Measure C, both from the practical aspect. City of Clovis receives a fair amount of money from Measure C funds, as does every community and the county. We need those to keep our own communities strong and safe and clean, but we have got to stay together as a region. So I'm really hopeful that we can be successful in 2026.
And I'm hoping for that as well on my end. Kind of going into your career, has kind of politics or city council work, is that where you envisioned your career to begin with? So I feel a lot of people I talk with, it's it's a path that they come about later in their future.
Well, interestingly, I have another career. I have a day job, and I work at Valley Children's Hospital. So I have always had a day job. The city council in Clovis is not a full-time job. And the power that Thomas Jefferson, in his early wisdom, said we should have citizen legislators, that's what most cities in this county are. So I've always had a full-time job. All of my colleagues have had full-time jobs. And I think it's the right perspective. So I live and shop, and my kids played soccer, and I just do all the things in Clovis, and I have a job as well. And I think it makes you a better elected official, frankly.
100% true, and I can see it coming across this interview with the human connection that you bring to transportation, which is something that's honestly neglected. Measure C is mostly thought of can you fix my pothole? It doesn't get the human aspect that's missing. And kind of I want to really end on that note is what advice would you have to a person my age? So 20 years old, he's looking to go into his future career. Any words of advice that you would have?
The one thing I think we learned in Measure C is find things that you can share with people that don't agree with you. We're not always going to agree. We're not always going to get everything we want. But if we can focus on things that we share, I think we'll have a much better chance of success. Not too long ago, we started a subcommittee on COG for safe routes to schools. And I said to the group, if we can't agree that every kid in Fresno County should be able to walk to school without getting hit by a car, we really can't agree that today is Friday or whatever day of the week it is. So I think that's my advice. Focus on things you share, not things that divide you, and we have a better chance. It's up to your generation, so get busy.
Oh, I got to get to it. That's where we're starting with the Fresno State Transportation Institute Summit today.
Excellent.
We'll leave the interview on that wonderful note by Councilmember Ashbeck, and hopefully we'd like to see you at the next year's summit. Hopefully have a great time at this one.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Bye-bye.